Without worms, it was happening through like bacteria and fungi. With the introduction of worms and the spread of worms by Europeans and colonialists, not just from other parts of the world, but from like the southern United States, worms in our natural areas are expediting decomposition. So they're eating things much more quickly, which has caused things like, say, more issues with like erosion in forest areas. But also it's created beneficial situations for non-native species that do well with the extra nitrogen. So it's like tip the scale.
You know, this is so totally different. I just remembered when I was in Tennessee this summer, we saw on the IMAX. It was a really good, I don't remember the freaking name of it, this little movie about, from the perspective of the animals, basically. And they show basically the cycle of the seasons, how you have the salamanders and that turns into this, and you know, you had the fox giving birth and hide in the thing. You had you know, it was just such a good thing, a good show that I don't know if you guys have seen it, or I'll call my brother and ask him what the name of that is, because that's really a good little movie.
That'd be great. Let me know. Yeah. Totally.
How about a moss? Are they healthy for the
moss?
Yeah, moss.
Moss is not necessarily bad. Also, sometimes you'll see like a green crusty stuff on the outside of the tree. That's lichen. That's not bad either. It's neither harmful nor beneficial.
What for the soil? Is it okay to have moss in the soil?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's actually, if anything, it's an indication that there's plenty of moisture. All right, let's move on. And if you guys down, I think we'll do some hands-on stuff.
It needs a new tree.
No. This is, hopefully someone reported it in time. If not, then maybe another 2 years we gotta wait. And another thing, if you report something like this for a tree planting, if there is a stump, just let us know. It can be helpful, because in the bureaucracy of parks, it can sometimes be a different contract for the person with the right equipment to remove the stump than for the person who's coming in to plant it. So that can trip things up. You can see that. And so, if anything, that might give us actually an indication of what happened to this tree. It never established its roots very well.
Oh.
Why not? Maybe because there's poison in the soil. But thanks to the soil work, all the concrete. Maybe it's not too compacted, so probably not that. But that might have been it. What the concrete does is, again, it raises the pH level, and that can make nutrients unavailable to the plant. Like, just the presence of nutrients alone may not be enough. It has to be in the right condition. It's like if a person is anemic, you can't just like eat a chunk of iron to get your iron. It has to be in the right form. You know? Similarly, if the tree is low on magnesium, the right chemical environment needs to be there, even if you're bringing in compost, and that's what the concrete threatens.
What can you plant like around the tree?
You could plant.
Herbs? Can you do that?
Sure. Yeah. And we can send you a list. We have recommended stuff. Let's move up. Minimum number of people, like let's say like a dozen people, and you set stuff up. We may be able to bring you this truck. We ask that you give at least 2 months notice for us with this truck. We use this truck for a lot of other stuff, so we can never guarantee it, but give us enough notice and we'll try to make it work to help you out. So anyway, I wanted to just like introduce you to a care captain in action, mulching this tree basically as an effort to try to launch tree care efforts on this block.
Yeah. And if I could tell you a little about my experience, it's been pretty cool. Like, I'm just like you guys, like I did some tree planting events with Jason over the past several years, and then took these classes, and then I just started on the tree in front of where I live. I planted some flowers. Jason helped me get some mulch for it, and I put up a little sign. And then people on the block started to take notice, ask me what's going on. The kids on the block started to get excited. And I said, hey kids, I'm a tree care captain. I can actually hook you up with swag from the Parks Department, like you're all getting, tools to do what you need to do. And if you really want, I could get the Tree LC truck. and we could mulch the whole block. So the kids seemed excited, their parents and grandparents seemed excited, and so that's what I organized today. And what's exciting about today is that like all of a sudden within the last 24 hours, it's like I've met up people on the block that I didn't know before that like came up to me like, oh, are you the person that did that tree? And then like that's Miss Rona, she's my next door neighbor. I did some stuff on the tree, and then she put up a sign saying just don't poop here to the dog owners, you know, which is I would not have done that. But she's allowed to do that because she like lived here for a long time. You know what I mean? I'm from Manhattan. So born and raised, I'm a city kid, but anyway, so
This is your neighborhood?
I mean, I've lived on this block for 3 years, but I lived in Bed-Stuy for like since like 10 years now. But I'm from Manhattan. I just want to say things are changing here. There's a lot of guys that look like me in this neighborhood. They're from Kansas or something. I am from New York City. I went to Citywide Public High School. Anyway, so this is a great experience, and now like all of a sudden people on the block are like wanting to get involved and plant flowers and do the work, and so it's pretty exciting. Then people from other blocks are asking me, I'm saying, look up the super sewers. So that's where we learned all Parks Department wants us to do this. Every dollar that Park spends on trees brings back $5 to the city, so they want to hook us up with swag for the kids and equipment and stuff. So
Thanks, Sam.
thank you.
So yeah, so I figured this would be a good opportunity to just get some hands-on experience and also help out Sam's effort, because it's definitely the case when neighbors start seeing people giving love to trees, they start giving love to trees. So Dylan is going to equip you guys with your official Care Captain tree kit, and then he's going to get you started. We'll target the trees at the very end, which are a little bit younger. I'll just throw you in. You can hopefully the stuff. So you can come get your toolkit and then follow Dylan over to our work site.
Is it